Morning. Also, the baffling schedule of this week continues. We just have the two games tonight, so a little bit of news of the day mixed with your preview. Starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, we have the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. So we've got a team that's underachieving and a team that can be argued as overachieving. Buffalo 7 and 11 on the season. They're the underachieving. But Tage Thompson is not. 12 goals, 10 assists for 22 points for Thompson. He's been very good. Skinner, they might want a couple more goals out of lately. 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points. The good news for Buffalo, too, Matthias Samuelsson returns tonight. So that's going to make a big difference on the blue line. On the Montreal front, they're 9-8-1 on the season. Nick Suzuki, 11 goals, 12 assists for 23 points. Gallagher, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points. Now, Suzuki has clearly become a star. Gallagher had a goal recently. We'll see if he can get a couple more. They could use some more scoring out of him. Hoffman will not be in the lineup. Armia is back. Apparently, Harris and I think it's Weidman are back in the lineup as well. So Montreal getting a little healthier. And we'll see how everything goes for them tonight. I have no idea who's going to win this. Then you get into the Rangers in LA, much the same. So I went with the Devils jersey because I didn't get to wear that last night for the recap. So 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between the New York Rangers and the LA Kings. This is the first of two meetings. Okay. Buffalo and Montreal, they met on October 27th. Montreal won that one 3-2. They will meet again March 27th. There. Now, over here, the New York Rangers, 9-6-4 on the season. Zibanejad, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. That's pretty good. Hedl, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. A bit of an up and down start for him, but for the three players on the kid line, he is having the best season of the three thus far. Would have expected to be Lafreniere, but here we are. On the LA front, they're 11-8-2. Fiala, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points for them thus far this season. Kopitar, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. He has been the leading scorer on this team so many times over the last 15 years. It looks like he is not going to be their leading scorer this season. This is the first of two meetings. They'll meet again in New York on February 26th. So those are your two matchups. You guys can let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Now on to the news of the day. For Toronto fans, this is really upsetting at a time where Brody's out for probably at least another week. Muzzin, we don't know when he's coming back. There's discussions of if he's coming back. And now you've got Rielly. Morgan Rielly's been placed on LTIR. He got hurt during last night's game. Knee injury for him. Apparently, according to Darren Drager, it could be a MCL injury. And it's likely 4 to 6 weeks. Due to it being 4 to 6 weeks, the way Cap Friendly put it, there's not a whole lot they can do. They can't just go out and get that money and ta-da, and it's all fixed. This is going to be a tough time for Toronto, who've called up Victor Mete, and they've called up Hallowell as well. So we'll see. The good news for Toronto from last night was that Marner kept his streak going. He's up to a 13-game point streak. But yeah, Toronto's blue line depth is really being severely tested now. Oh, and then you've got the problem of tomorrow night's opponents being these guys. So Holtz and Ball have both been sent down by New Jersey. This makes sense. Holtz has only got into a few games. Kevin Ball's only got into a few games as well. Kind of surprised they weren't sent down earlier because they just weren't getting into games. But the 13 wins in a row that they reached last night ties a team record, and they play against Toronto tomorrow. So that can set a new team record. There'll be a Toronto team without Rielly, without Muzzin, without Brody. That's arguably their three best blue liners. So yeah, Toronto, I would think, is in the market for a defenseman, but they have to watch their cap situation. And then also you have to keep in mind, if you pick up a player when everybody comes back, you have to worry about waiving somebody too. So we'll see what Kyle Dubas does. But yeah, the New Jersey Devils, I don't think are going to show them any mercy tomorrow. They're going to be going for 14 wins in a row. It really has felt like New Jersey's on a mission to prove the doubters wrong. And they've done a very good job thus far. St. Louis's bizarre run this season continued last night. So they win 3 in a row. They look pretty good. They lose 8 in a row. They look pretty bad. Now they've won 7 in a row. They look pretty good again. That's 10 wins to go with 8 losses. And we'll see how far this can go. So for the Blues, I mean, if they get to 10 wins, then I could do a video on their winning streak and we can discuss further. But yeah, the Blues are really all over the place. I still think, a 5-game losing streak going to the playoffs, and then you win all 16 games to win the Stanley Cup, and you're the streakiest team ever. But anyways, we'll see how things turn out with St. Louis and whether or not the streakiness continues. Good news for Oiler fans. Jack Campbell got hurt last night. Not that part's not the good news. That's not. I'm not that cynical. But what happened is he took a puck to the nose last night. Well, he's the backup, so he's on the bench. And there are times where guys get struck by the puck. They may not be paying as much attention as they should, which they really, really should, because it is often that we see a puck end up on the bench. But he was at practice today. So the good news is, with him being at practice, it's likely not that bad. And yeah, I don't think we're at the point where anybody's wishing injury on Campbell. At least I hope not. But yeah, so for Oiler fans, it's not as bad as it looked like it could have been. He took that puck to the face and immediately headed down the tunnel. It may very well be a broken nose, because it was rumored to be a nose injury. But, I mean, as a goaltender, I guess you could play with a broken nose, depending on the break and all that fun stuff. But hey, there you go. You guys are all caught up so far. I'm sure there will be other video topics later on today, maybe another news video as well, so stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.